Well, one thing we know for sure is that they're eyeing nothing less than a victory to boost their chances of advancing to the final. Both Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs as they go after their first trophy this season. Now, as you heard in the package, that today's Soweto derby is different. There'll be no fans at the stadium as we usually see them packed for games like this. And joining me to chat a bit more about today's game is Orlando Pirates media officer Thandi Merafe and Kaizer Chiefs Communications manager Vina Maphosa. Thandi and Vina, thank you so much for joining me this morning. A big game that we're looking forward to today. Starting with you, Thandi. I mean, no fans. We usually have a lot of fans at stadiums, and we saw a message from Happy Jale to the fans saying that, listen, whether the fans are there or not, we'll still fight hard for the badge. We heard Dan Clate earlier on saying that maybe because the fans won't be in stadium, it will be less pressure for the players. Do you agree?
Not really. Look, when you play for a brand of this magnitude, you come on board knowing that there is pressure of expectation, there is pressure to win, and there is pressure to do well. So we have a winning mentality, and everyone who comes on board takes on that pressure, and it's inherent. It's inherent in the history of the club, and we live within that pressure. We're used to it. It's not even a factor anymore. It's just a fact of life, knowing that you are expected to deliver and you must deliver. Yeah, Dan Clate might feel that there'll be less pressure, but I think the guys know, and Happy Jale, our captain, rightfully said that, you know, he was there when we did it in 2011 and beat our arch rivals Kaizer Chiefs in the first leg at Orlando Stadium, and finished it off in the second leg when we qualified to go into the final. And we want to emulate that form, we want to emulate that belief. And even though the fans will not be on the stands, which is the first time ever in the history of the Soweto derby that it's played behind closed doors, the guys know the expectation. They know that the Bucks faithful, the Ghost, want to see them win, want to see them secure the first leg and get an advantage going into the second leg of the MTN8 derby. And that is something that the guys welcome. I mean, if you look at our camp right now, the mood is high. It's the derby. You know, this is a cliche, but it's a fact as well. That, you know, this is the one match that doesn't need motivation. The fact that the guys are playing in the Soweto derby, and the fact that the fans won't be there to edge them on as the 12th man, it makes it even more vital that they perform well and they give the fans the results that they so desperately seek. We haven't won anything in 6 years, and we're saying that we passed the building phase. We're not building a team. We have a team. We've put together a very good team in terms of the players, and the technical team headed by Joseph Zimpower is amazing. And it's time to win, and we want to win, and that's exactly what we're going for, Tumi.
Vina, from your side, how do you think the game is going to be affected without fans?
Look, first of all, greetings to you and Thandi and the viewers at home. We are privileged as Kaizer Chiefs to be part of this showpiece. It's South African flagship of football. It is watched all over the world, and to be part of it in the 50th anniversary of the derby itself is a big privilege. Without supporters, I think spiritually supporters will always be there. I mean, it is embedded in the culture of Soweto derby that it is not a physical activity. It is played, of course, at Orlando. That is ancestral home of the Soweto derby. Excitement is galore. There's much talk. Remember, with the derby, it's not only bumps on the seat. It's talk of the town. It's talk of Shebin's churches. When you talk about the people going to church tomorrow, the starting prayer will include, the results of the match. So we are excited, and like Thandi mentioned, the mood in our camp doesn't reflect on whether the supporters are there or not. As Kaizer Chiefs players, management, coaches, Gavin Hunt is new with his technical team of Dylan Shepard and Arthur Zwane. They are also looking forward, to their first derby as a combo of our technical team. So it's excitement. For us, it's pride, many things to look up to, inspiration drawn from our 50th anniversary. the birth month of our chairman, Chincha Kuluva, this month, and also the fact that we're turning the corner. We haven't been able to launch, new signees under the circumstances, but we have launched a creme de la creme of youngsters that will be showcasing this afternoon at Orlando Stadium. So we are excited. We have pride in the Soweto derby, let alone that we've won this trophy more than any other team in South Africa. That is 15 times.
Well, Vina, just chipping in over there with you, mentioning the fact that this is the first Soweto derby for Coach Gavin Hunt. There's been a lot of talk around that this week, and we heard Orlando Pirates coach Zimbabwe saying that, listen, it doesn't matter whether it's his first derby. All we know is that he knows how the players are going to play, the ins and outs. He even admitted himself, Hunt, saying that, listen, he knows the ins and outs of 7 players in the Orlando Pirates startup. Do you think it's running through his mind ahead of the game?
No, look, Gavin Hunt is tried and tested. He's won trophies. He's played Orlando Pirates many times, and he's been in South African football for many years. He has watched the Soweto derby. One thing for sure, and that he mentions, is that he is well aware of what is at stake. He is aware that expectations are high. Obviously, for him, he would have loved, to have the backing of the 12 men on the stand, the supporters at the stadium. But that will not take away from the energy that he has infused in the team. There's excitement. Players are talking about, the energy, the positive energy, the type of football, the style of training that he has brought into the team. And himself, he alludes to a time in his history where he had to play Orlando Pirates in, two-legged matches, playing at draw 0-0 and beating Pirates 3-0 in the second leg. So he's going all out for goals. He says this is very important for away matches. He talks about just like in the Champions League where away goal is important. So we're going all out and we're excited. Gavin Hunt is looking for it. So our players are looking for it as well as our supporters.
Thandi, are there any concerns on the side of Coach Zimbabwe, the fact that Gavin Hunt knows the ins and outs of 7 players in the team?
Look, to me, it's no secret. We are well aware of the fact that Kaizer Chiefs comes into this match as favourites. Gavin Hunt is a seasoned coach in South African football. He knows the ins and outs of South African football. And yes, there are players that we've recently signed which were under his tutelage for a while. So he knows how they play, and he can pretty much draw conclusions and expectations on how they'll perform. But having said that, the team has been together for a while now. We've had, this will be our 4th match of the season, and we also have our own astute technical team in Joseph Zimbabwe and Fadlu Davids. And as much as Gavin Hunt has an idea of or an understanding of the players that we've signed, there's a proper plan from our technical team. They know what's expected. The players know what's expected of them, and we will do anything and everything necessary for us to win. And by that I mean, in terms of playing, make sure that we outplay Kaizer Chiefs. We understand that it's a 2-legged affair. This is the first leg of the semi-final, so the key for us is to secure a win and to play well, and obviously not allow ourselves to concede a goal. And that puts us into an advantage going into the second leg. So yes, we're aware that they're favorites, but what they don't realize is that we are playing at Orlando Stadium. It's Scamamindlela. It's the Orlando Pirates' home ground. They've tried it during the bubble, during the PSC, and they know it's difficult to win at that stadium. Mm-hmm. It's the Orlando Pirates' ancestral home, and we will play for our pride. We'll play for the badge. We'll play for the supporters at home that can't be at the stand, can't come through to the stadium and support us from the stands. We'll play for our history, our heritage, and we'll make sure that we win. There's a lot at stake. There are bragging rights for the Soweto rivalry, and we want to win. And so the guys know there's a plan in place. Even though they are the favorites, it's our home, and we will fight and defend it and make sure that we come out victorious at the end of today.
Thandi, we have run out of time, but quickly from you, is there such a thing as too early for a Soweto derby?
No such thing. No such thing. I think it came at the opportune time. For us, we are used to playing in a pre-season cup competition that's well known, which didn't take place this season. But now with the MTN8, it gives us that opportunity because we've always used that particular cup to fine-tune the squad and to get that motivation going. So the Soweto derby is the one match that the teams do not want to lose, that Orlando Pirates doesn't want to lose. We do not ever want to lose to Kaizer Chiefs, and we want to make sure that we win today. So playing in the Soweto derby will, it's self-motivating, and it'll motivate the players. And whatever where we're not clicking as well as we should or could, we know that when it comes to the Soweto derby, all of those chinks will be sorted out, and we'll see Orlando Pirates performing even better because of an early Soweto derby that has come through the MTN8.
All right, I guess we'll just have to wait and see who will come out tops today. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. Orlando Pirates Media Officer Thandi Merafe and Kaizer Chiefs Communications Manager Vina Maphosa just chatting about the Soweto derby that is happening today, the first leg of the MTN8 semi-final. Are you excited about that one? The fact that no fans are going to be at stadiums? We want to hear from you running a poll on our social media.